It's common knowledge now that this group is absolutely cursed, bro. Seth Rollins goes down with an injury. Braun Breaker goes down with an injury. And now Bronson Reed goes down with an injury. All three are possibly going to miss WrestleMania 42 in Vegas. Just unfortunate. T's and P's to Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins anyways, man. It just sucks. Especially, I feel terrible for all of them, especially Bronson Reed, because he's already missed WrestleMania 41 last year. So now he's about to miss like back-to-back WrestleManias. It just sucks. He can't catch a break. It just seems like every time he gets a major push, some type of injury just derails this guy. It just really unfortunate, man. But like the vision, it's got to end now. It has to end now. You know what I mean? Like there's no story no more, man. There never really was. You feel me? I never understood the whole Vision faction. You know what I mean? The whole stable ever since like day one. I try to keep it like positive and, you know, try to like look at the, you know, they're pushing a new star like Braun Breaker and stuff, but it just never made sense to me why Seth Rollins needed a faction anyway, because he's already won the world title without a faction. Hell, he even beat Brock Lesnar for the world title at WrestleMania 35 a few years ago. You feel me? So like this faction was just a waste, you know, and it just sucks now because all you're left with is Logan Paul and Austin Theory and Paul Heyman. Logan Paul doesn't need a mouthpiece like Paul Heyman. Logan Paul is pretty good on the mic and can carry a storyline, you know what I mean? I don't think Austin Theory needs Paul Heyman either. It just doesn't look right, man. And if the only person Paul Heyman needs to stay with the Vision is Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's the future. He's the guy that he's going to be in the high caliber spots. Whenever Braun Breaker comes back, that's who Paul Heyman needs to stay with. But just end this faction. This faction is toast, man. This faction never made no sense to me. And this is going to sound fucked up, but I kind of feel like, and I wish these guys absolute well, but I do believe in karma. And I feel like that whole ruse of the century type shit, faking their injury, this is their karma for like faking that shit, you know what I mean? There was a lot of wrestlers that didn't know that was happening. They thought the Seth Rollins injury was real, you know? It's just fucked up. And now it's like when I see an injury, it's like I gotta real life gauge if this is a real injury or not, you know what I mean? Because WWE, they did that stupid shit and did that to themselves, you know what I mean? Now we gotta question if injuries are real, but this Bronson Reed one seems to be legit, and I hope he will be okay and recover fast, man. It just sucks. I feel so bad for him, man. I feel for Bronson Reed. I feel for Seth Rollins. I feel for Braun Breaker. You know, they try to make something work and it just didn't work. You know what I mean? Paul Heyman's going to be worried about Brock Lesnar now with his little dumb open challenge thing that he's going to head to in WrestleMania 42. I'm hoping it's Obafemi, but who knows, man? And I also feel like they're going to drag that out to maybe the last Raw before Mania, or maybe even at WrestleMania itself, man. And then maybe Obafemi will come out. I just really hope it's not LA Knight, man. That'd just be stupid. But yeah, man, it's just unfortunate. This faction is just absolutely cursed. This faction sucked anyway, and I just hate that it had to end kind of like this now, because now it's just terrible timing, because it's right before WrestleMania 42. Now, who knows what's going to be the matchups now? Because Seth Rollins was fighting to come back. Braun Breaker was fighting to come back. And it's like, who's Seth Rollins going to go after now? And then now the whole masked man thing, you got to chop that. You got to chop it now. Like, who cares about the masked man now? I didn't really care about the masked man before. It's just like, who's going to care about the masked man storyline now if you don't got the main pieces of the Vision in the storyline now? You know, it's just crazy. Now, all I gotta say, man, is just like, I mean, these wrestlers can do whatever the hell they want, but if I was Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, I would just miss this WrestleMania. Obviously, Bronson Reed's gonna miss this WrestleMania. I mean, bicep tear is no joke, but it's just unfortunate, man. This is the worst luck I've ever seen with a faction, man. I just like, can you guys in the comments, if there's any older wrestling fans or whatever, because I'm like 27, if there's any older wrestling fans that can remember a stable or a faction with this much of bad luck or injuries at like once or just in the same time frame, let me know, man. Especially if it like there's a faction that's went out like this before WrestleMania. It's just unfortunate, bro. It's just crazy, man. Like the bad luck that this faction gets now. It's like, dude, what are you gonna do with Logan Paul and Austin Theory? Because they're the only ones that could carry the Vision thing. But it's like, for what? For what? Like Seth Rollins, who's gonna cut? He's not gonna really go after Logan Paul and Austin Theory because they're not the ones that took him out. It was Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. You know, so it's just crazy, man. I don't know. Maybe they could do something where Braun Breaker attacks Logan Paul and Austin Theory after, you know, when he comes back or whatever, he's like, I don't need the Vision, and Paul Heyman turns on them with Braun Breaker or whatnot. But that wouldn't make no sense. It's like heels turning on heels type shit. I don't know, man. It just dropped this whole storyline, dropped the Vision. I've been wanting the Vision stuff to end for a long. It's just like I want the Judgment Day shit to end, and it was just a fuck up. You know, it was just an experiment that went bad. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate, man. But it's your boy Miles Angel. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.